Hello? Hello? Hello, please, I need a response so that I will know that you are hearing me. Hello, can you hear me? Please unmute your mic if you can hear me. Is anybody there? Please, can you hear me now? Michael Uzogwe. Michael, can you hear me? Oliver, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you drop emoji for me? Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. It's just the nonsense network. Sorry, I have to move around the house. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote you. I dropped a message when you were
Uh
saying, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?"
okay. Oliver, you are raising up your hand. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Coding of the class in case of those people that could not get it while the class was going on. So it's recorded also. So at the end of
Oh,
the
fantastic. Thank
at
you,
the
sir.
end of the class, I do drop. I'm already live safe at the end of the class form so that you can actually check it up and see one or two things you use. So today is just an introduction class. So we may not use our 2 hours for today. Our class may be 40 minutes or 30 minutes because our class is going to start fully by next week. I just want to give you. So, first thing first, I want to know you guys. My name is Emmanuel. I'm actually a full stack software developer, and presently I am an instructor in New Horizons Nigeria. By the grace of God, of New Horizons. Okay, so I I studied computer science while in school, and I've been building software for a decade now. Okay, my programming language I started with Visual Basic. Later, I moved up to using PHP, and later I started using JavaScript. Okay, then I started moving up to I started using Python to build application. I'm not just a software developer. I'm also a graphic designer. I also do data analysis with Python. Okay, then application that are being used for enterprise usage. When I mean enterprise usage, companies are actually using some of the applications. Just to let you know that you are actually in a very good shape, and whatever question that you want to ask, please be free. You know the way IT world is nobody know it all. We are all still learning. It's a learning curve, and the learning curve is not somebody is a master of it, because by the time you call yourself master of it, you put yourself away from learning. So I still learn from my students, and we rub minds together. So I'm saying this so that we have a good leverage ground, so that we know what we want, and at the end of it all, uh, you appreciate me, and also I will appreciate you. That's okay. For those of us that are working, and those of us that are looking for job, or those of us that want to use it in one or two things that we want to aspire to achieve. All right. So that's a little thing about myself. With time, you can ask your questions, and I'll be ready to answer you. Jami is joining. I'll be ready to answer you. Jami, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. All right, we are just on the introduction page. So I'm giving the room to first. I'm going to call Michael. Michael, tell us about your it for, and going forward, what will Python be to you, and do you want? Mike?
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Oliver, Mr. Jamil. I'm pleased to be here.
Good evening, Michael.
My name is Michael Uzoigwe. I decided that it was too monotonous. I wanted to enter the tech space, so I went back to school and studied computer engineering and computer science. Then from there, I picked up two programming languages. That's PHP, Laravel, and I didn't. I wasn't comfortable with the syntax because there were a lot of syntax that I had to know and memorize. Then I
Okay.
decided to go into the normal full stack. That's MERN, MongoDB, React, and Node.js,
Node.js.
which I
Okay.
know right now.
Okay.
Yes. So and I have like two projects with me, but
Wow.
one I'm yet to complete. Then, was it in the DevOps world?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get so you need Python for automation, especially when it comes to Met. They found it that sometimes if I want to put my application or the application a client gives into production, there's always a small snag, and the snag is what my migration processes is not as. And I heard that Emmanuel is the best person for it.
Okay.
You
You're
know,
welcome.
so yes, yes, sir. So that's why I am. So I need to study Python.
The next person I will call is Oliver. Oliver, please talk to us. Oliver, can you talk to us? Oliver, please talk to us.
My name is Oliver. I studied statistics while I was in Nigeria before I moved to Germany. I'm into healthcare, doing my Oxbidon in
Okay.
healthcare, but I feel like it's not really something I enjoy. I think I enjoy more with data.
Okay.
So yeah, that is why I want to learn Python because it's one of the most versatile and in-demand programming languages today. You
Okay.
know, it can be used in data analysis, automation, web development, and even machine learning because the whole world is going to data. And
Exactly.
imagine myself from now to um, 10 years, 20 years to come, everything before that time. And I see a whole lot of job opportunities here too in Germany
Wow.
with IT, data analysis, Python learning, and a whole lot. So I think I want to take the advantage to not.
Let's
Thank
move
you.
to Mr. Jamil. Can you tell us about yourself? Please be brief so that we'll start immediately. I'm not wasting. I'm not taking. Please, I'm not taking much of your time today. Oh. Like I said, it's just an introduction class. Let's get to know ourselves, and I'll put you to the roadmap of of the learning curve of this particular program and what you should be expecting. Then I'll also drop the slides on the WhatsApp platform so that you can go through it. Mr. Jamil Akonde, can we hear you, please?
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. So my name is Jamil, and I'm just looking to learn Python again. I think I did a bit of learning probably about 10 years ago, not much. But now I want to go deeper and learn for AI
Uh,
and automation. Yeah.
AI and automation. Okay. Um, Somebody just joined us, Joseph. Joseph Namdo, can you tell us about yourself? Why do you decide to go to learn Python? What inspired you? And do you have?
Hello everyone. I'm Joseph Nandom Friday. I'm currently working. I'm not longer in school.
Okay.
I actually finished data analysis class and I want to learn Python for automation to help with data analysis as well.
All right. So you're all welcome to the Python class. All right. Like I said, I'm Emmanuel by name. I'm a programmer. Okay. So everything you are going to be learning in this your Python journey will advance. Now all of us we've said a lot of things. Michael said automation. Oliver said the web design, data science, data analysis, and etc. etc. Python is actually used for all of that. Okay. But it is going to be library or modules on the domain that you are looking at. For example, now for web development, using Python, you should be talking about Django or Flask. That is a library that is in Python. Okay. If you are talking about data analysis, you'll be looking at a module like a Seaborn, your Matplotlib, and etc. If you are talking about data NumPy and pandas, if you are talking about data science, training model and stuff like that, all those are models that we will use. Okay. If you are looking at the mobile development area, you can still use Python. It's just using a library that we call Kivy. There's a Kivy library that is used for mobile development, and that's also built in what in Python. So for automation, those of you that are doing data analysis and data science, there are library that we also use for automation, which is also Python. We also Python use it for everything, but with their specific library. Is that okay with their specific library? All right. I don't know. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. All right. This is actually your course outline. The course outline we are going to follow in the course of our Python programming development. Our course is going to take from. We are going to move it from basic Python programming, and we'll be looking at the procedural Python programming, Pythons, and we'll also be looking at things like data type. We'll also be looking at data type. We'll be looking at things like arrays. Arrays in what Python call arrays are called operators, expression, operation. All of these are what we'll be looking at. Then we'll also dive into, I'm talking about the procedural programming now. We also dive into the object-oriented Python programming. Since Python is a programming language, it should be also programs. Things the real world into programs. Okay, your devices, your objects. Okay, we are symbolizing into what? Into programs. So in that case, we'll be looking at things like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, protected class, public class, and stuff like that. All these they fall under the procedural Python. You can see that procedural Python is moving from what? From the basic. The basic is the variable Python programming. So we are using Python as a programming language for objects oriented. Okay. So but today we are looking at the introduction aspect. So the next module we are looking at is the data manipulation and data structure. Now when we say data manipulation and data structure, we are not looking at data analysis. Alright, because some people mind will be looking at NumPy and pandas, especially nobody have done data science here. Okay. The person that did data analysis, I believe what they taught you in that data analysis class is using Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Abi. Is that what they taught you? Please, can I get your
Yes, it was MySQL, Excel, and Power BI.
Power BI? All right. So that's what they did. They teach you that. Meaning, it is when you want to do data science that they will not be telling you something like pandas, NumPy, and stuff like that. So, what I mean by data manipulation and structure, I'm not talking about NumPy. I'm not talking about pandas. Okay. I'm looking at the data type and the variables in Python. All right. So module 3, we are moving to the object-oriented programming, which we call the OOP. The OOP in this case, we are using Python. All right, we are using Python to get that done. So we are looking at how do you get a class, how do you convert a class to an object, how do you have access to what is inside the class, or how do you display a class that is not your object, how do you modify things in the real world. Okay, how do a class inherit from another class, how do you print out what the class is inheriting. All of these concepts, they fall under the object oriented aspect programming. That's, we'll look at that in module 3. Module 4, we'll be looking at the error handling and debugging. Please, I want you to understand one thing. Okay, no program is error free, and no programmer is 100% what's perfect. All right, there is certainty that you're going to get errors. Some of us have gone through the YouTube video that you see the person is just writing code that is not having error. These are pre-recorded classes. If you want to start your program from scratch, definitely you will be having issues with bugs. Okay, when you're having issue with bug does not mean that you don't know what you are doing, because that is what's actually discouraged a lot of people from programming. When the thing is not working, they will say, this thing is frustrating, is doing this. All right, please, you must have to be what able to manage what error. So we'll be looking at how do you manage errors in Python. How do you read errors in Python? How do you solve errors in Python? How do you loop out of errors in Python? How do you possibly put errors to a particular program in Python? And how do you scale away yourself from it? Is that okay? That's how we call it error handling and debugging. Errors are called bug. Debugging are called what? Correcting your errors. Okay. Then in module 5, we'll be looking at functional based programming. Please, ability for you to understand functions in a programming language, syntax of a functions in a programming language, make you a good program, because most of this programming language you see out there, if care is not taken, one will be frustrated. All right, one will be frustrated to learn JavaScript, to learn PHP, to learn the various libraries of JavaScript, Node.js, React.js, AngularJS, even your Express.js. That's the framework for Node.js. Okay, all of these scripts that you are seeing, the person that said he has knowledge of Laravel, you will bear me witness. The Laravel is actually built in classes, and classes that has what functions. So it is all starting from what? Understanding the class and being able to define your function. So if you understand a functional based programming language, you will know what to do when it comes to what? Manipulating frameworks or libraries. All right, manipulating them. That's what makes you a good programmer. So functional based programming, we are looking at Python. How do you create a function? How you define a function? How do you make use of your function? Now in module 6, we are moving to modules and libraries. When we started our class, we said all of these things that we want to do: automation, data science, data analysis, machine learning, game development. We said they are what? They are libraries. Please, libraries and modules are the same thing, okay? They are the same thing. There is no difference between libraries and modules. It's just semantics, just naming, okay? So we were looking at in this place, how do you create your own module? How do you create your own module, and how do you use your own module that you have created? So we will look at that before we'll now be looking at how do we use the existing modules in what? In Python. Because all of these things you do in Python is just module. And understanding how module is created, creating your own module, will give you a good leverage, all right, in understanding other people's what? Modules. I don't know if I'm making sense, all right? Understanding other people's what modules that you are working with. Module 7, we are looking at working with what? With data. And in this case, we are working with data and we are driving it into what? The GUI aspect. GUI simply means the graphic user what interface. All right, we are looking at a program that you build that people will be able to interact with. The user will be able to log in. They will be able to feed their username, feed their password, accept them in, and log them in. That is an enterprise application, okay? But we are looking at that in module 8. Module 9, we are looking at back to introduction to desktop application development. So basically, your program is streamlined into building application, but you are building a desktop application. So the module, all right, that we are going to be using in this case is called what? Tkintan. Tkintan is one of the Python words module, but this module is for desktop application development. And again, Tkintan can use to build a GUI that you can use them for your automation system. All right, depending on how your automation system is going to work. Is your automation working online? Is it working on the local or wherever? You can use that GUI to do your controls and run your automation. So In module 10, we are looking at intermediate project. You'll be given a project topic, then you are going to work on your project. At the end of it all, we are going to see the project that you worked on. So while we look at our GUI, we are going to look at a particular domain that we agreed within ourselves. Do we want to look at the hospital environment? Do you want to look at the hospitality environment? Are you looking at the transportation environment? Are you looking at the real estate environment? Are you looking at the banking environment, the banking sector? So we'll now decide within ourselves on the kind of application that we want to work on. So that's what will drive us towards the ending of our program. They will now be given our projects to work on. They will submit our final project. So you can see all of this now explained here. They are inside this slide. So I don't want to be going and be clicking on this. I just have explanation of all of them for you to lay hold on. Please, any question concerning that? Question concerning that? Hello?
No question from this side.
All right. So
No questions from my side as well.
all right. So let's proceed to the setup. Is everybody with their system?
And with my system, where's the Mac?
Is a Mac. Joseph, are you with system?
No, I mean I am not on my system.
Okay.
I'm on a tablet.
Tablet. Jamiu, are you with your system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Kind of starting though, but yeah, I'm in front of a system.
All right. Oliver, are you
Well,
with your system? Is it a Windows or a Mac?
It's a Mac. I'm with my system, but I think I have the software already.
Okay. Jamiu, your system, is it a Windows or a Mac?
It's a Windows.
A Windows. So we have two persons using Mac. Michael and Oliver, you are using Mac. Then Joseph, your system that you want to use in the future, is it Windows or Mac?
Windows.
Windows. Okay. So I'm using Windows. While I'm using Windows, I'll still be carrying those that are using Mac along. But I should have somebody like Oliver now that is in Germany. I think Mac is what they use there. So we'll try and see how we can manage your Mac operating system. Okay. So the first thing that you guys are going to do for me, can you see my screen or it's no longer there?
It's no longer there.
It's no longer there.
Okay. So I want to carry you through the setup. So next class we'll start writing our code properly. And if there's enough time, I can still write code. Here. So can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. Can you see my browser? I'm on browser now.
Yes, Google.
Google. All right. So
Yes, I can see it.
you are going to go to their official website. You need an ID for your program. You need an ID, and ID means integrated development environment. The purpose of an ID is to enable you to write your code. Okay, it's enable you to write your code. So that's the setup we want to look at. Now, Python, you can use different ID for your Python. Please, that person should mute his mic. You can use different IDE for your Python. Okay, we have Python. Python can be used for Python programming. We also have Visual Studio Code. Okay, so but we'll be using. You can use Python if you want to use Python, but for our training purpose, we are using Visual Studio Code. So we are going to go to the official website. Please let me figure it out. Visual Studio. So the official website is Visual Studio Code, visualstudio.com. So are you here? Are we here?
For me, I have Visual Studio Code already.
Okay, let me even know
Set
how
up.
many people have Visual Studio Code. Who is talking? That is Jamil, right?
Yeah.
That's Jamil. Joseph, do you have it set up?
No, I don't.
Michael, do you have it set up?
Yes, I do.
Oliver, do you have it set up? If you don't have it set up, just go to their official website. If you are using Chrome, or select for Chrome. If you are sorry, yeah, if you are using Chrome, select for Chrome. If you are using Mac, look for Mac version. If you are using Windows, you look for what for your Windows version. Now, what their website does is this: their website automatically pick your window operating the operating system that you are using. So if you are using Mac, you see it download for Mac. So my window now, I already have it on my system, so I don't need to download this. All right, I will just go straight to the point. So now, what the next thing that you do for me? That's the only thing you need for Python. Okay, it's just your ID that you need. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to create a folder. You can create the folder anywhere on your operating system, but I will put it on all desktop. I'll put my one on all desktop. Then I will look for a folder that will put it so that we know that this is for your class. So you can name the folder anything you want to name it. You can name it Python programming. Python programming words. So I have all of these are the previous class that we did with. I will arrange this later. So when you have you done that, please? Please, I want to know if you guys are following along.
Yeah, we're following. Just a minute, please.
Okay.
Sorry, what should we name it as? Python?
You can name it as Python programming.
Okay, Python.
Python programming, so that you know that that's where all your file will be located. So have we done that? If you have done that, can I see emoji on the platform? Can you drop emoji? All right, Joseph, Michael, thank you. Joseph, thank you. Jamil, is there any itch?
No, 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 I already have it. So okay, the folder, right? Yeah, yeah, I have a folder already for
All
program
right.
stuff. Yeah.
So when you create that folder, open the folder with your VS Code. For those of us that can't open with VS Code, let me just go straight. Let me come to your level. First thing first, open your VS Code. Go to your all programs, wherever your all program is located. Then look for your apps. If you can't get your apps, you can just type on the search bar, type your VS Code there. VS, it will pop out for you. Open it. Alright, so when I open it, automatically it's opening my VS Code. This is not what I want. It's because I've opened it before. Initially, if I open the VS Code, I should have something else. Alright, this is because I've opened it before. For those of you that have not opened it before, you go to File, where your VS Code has loaded to where you see their UI. Click on File. Alright, when you click on File, the next thing you click on Open Folder. Please, open what? Folder. Click on Open Folder. So when you click on Open Folder, you go to the directory where this your file is what? This your new folder was created. Presently, my own is on this Python class NHS, and the folder. I'll select on folder. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So I have something like this on my system. Quickly, because of you guys, if you are using Python as your ID, okay, if you are using Python as your ID, please can you give me uh 1 minute, please? I want to quickly open something for someone. 1 minute, please. All right, thank you so much. I'm back. I'm back. So if you are using Python as your ID, it's not that it will automatically work for you, because so if you are using Visual Studio as your ID, it's not automatically that is you are going to be the Python will automatically work for you. You have to install some extension. All right. The reason why VS Code is actually used today for programming is because the ID is light, the ID is flexible, the ID is free. Okay, it's free. Most of the other ID they are paid. You pay for it if you want to have access to some functionality. But this one is not going to disturb you. So what we are going to do first of all, for a Python file, uh, you can click on your file inside of your window. Click on the file inside of your window. You can type intro.py. Now the reason why we are putting the py is because now Python is a programming language. Python is both an interpreter, and Python is also what, a compiler. So I believe we know what they call translator. A translator is converting a language from the low level language to a high level language. So from one level to another level. So they will tell you that we have three types of translator. We have the interpreter. We also have the what? We also have the what? The compiler. And the last one we have is the what? The assembler. All right. So we are going to look at why is Python both interpreter and Python is also what? A compiler. So I'll quickly look at that. So the intro.py that you are putting, you are telling the interpreter that you are writing what? Python. Okay. Now, lest I forget, we need to install Python itself on our operating system. You have to have Python itself installed on your operating system. So I'll go back to my browser. So the official website for Python is python.org. Python.org. So when you go to python.org, so you have to download it. All right, you download Python. So you see that they have their latest version that you have there. So you can go to downloads. Do I have it here? So you can go to downloads. So when you put your cursor on download, you see download for Windows. So by default, they are checking that I'm using Windows. You can see different operating system. You can download from Mac OS. For those of us that are using Mac OS, please. For those of you that are using Windows, please download for Windows. Are you there? Are we there?
Yes,
Yes,
we are
I'm there, and
waiting.
I'm just looking for the download button.
Yeah, click on the download button. Thank you. So I will have to install this one along with you. So when you download it, it is going to your download file. You will see it in your download file, your download directory. All right. Python. So this is Python 3.1 12.3. Is that what I downloaded here? Python. All right, I downloaded Python 3.13 point what? Point 3. So you can see that they upgrade it. All right, they keep on upgrading it. So Python actually started with Python 2.0. They moved to 2.2 points wherever 2.6. So your Django, one thing about the Django framework is that Django is still maintaining Python 2.6 or 2 points, all right? They still maintain Python 2 points, all right? They've not upgraded that framework up to, I don't know if they've done it now. They've not upgraded it to accept 3 points like that. So,
A quick question, please.
yes.
A quick question. So the module, which is the library, right? Which is in this case the Django that you're talking about, right?
Yes.
It's still maintaining Python 2.6, you said.
2.6. 2.6.
So I think what that means is that the code in that particular module
Yeah.
is referencing that Python 2.6.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So if you try to run it on Python 3.13, you may be having, I'm not saying it will not work, but you may be having some compatibility
Okay, there might be
errors.
mismatch. Okay.
Mismatch. Yeah. So you can install the version. So please, I will have to install this. I already have it installed, but because of you guys, I'll have to run installation with you. So this is, I think this is the one I downloaded now. So the way you normally install software, all right, just double click on it. So when you double click on it, do you have this one popped out? Pop up. Do we have this? Those of us that
Yes.
so click on install now. So you can see it's very light.
Please, is it the same thing with Mac?
It's the same
It's the
thing
same,
with,
huh?
the same thing with Mac, yes.
Okay.
So excuse me, Mac has a lot of installations. Though. That's the problem. There's 3.13, but there are plenty 3.13. So which one are we going to take?
Use 3.13 with 64 bits. 64 bits.
Okay,
Let me go to
universal installer.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
So if the installation is successful, you get a success message at the end.
All right.
Has anybody even successfully installed?
Yeah, mine is done.
Windows or Mac?
Windows.
Mac, any response from there?
Still downloading.
All right. All right. You get this setup was what was successful. So
Please, I downloaded the Python 3.1, 3.3.
okay.
Yeah, I want to install it right now.
Okay. So
Okay, it's installing. Yeah, I agree.
are we are you there?
Yeah, it's running packages, scripts, installation, summary, launch Python. Uh,
So if that is successful, go back to your Visual Studio Code. Please, that folder you open your Visual Studio Code, just like this, go back there. Please, if you are with me, can you drop an emoji so that I will know? Go back to the Visual Studio Code. If you have gone back there, let me know.
Sorry, I'm still installing.
Okay. Chrome. Please, do anybody have access to Zoom? Do you have any Zoom link that we can use for this class? Is anyone that have access to Zoom that can create a class for us via Zoom?
What about Discord?
please,
If
I sent something on the group. I don't know if you can help me.
On the group. I'm
Yes,
not seeing anything here. Okay.
on WhatsApp.
Somebody is saying Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying probably Discord for the classes.
Run in a terminal window. Python scripts. Set to factory setting. What brought you to this place?
After the installation, it just brought out this option.
Is it Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Mac.
Mom didn't bring it out, it has installed.
Mac, Abby.
Yes, we didn't bring
Allow.
this one out. It's installed.
Okay.
Did you install the 64 Universal 2 installer? 64 bit.
No, I think I will do that again.
Please use the
It's,
reverse so that you not do anything here that will be giving issues later. Because this one are
Okay.
telling you to put the interpreter into Python 3. So I think emoji was being dropped there just now. Let me see. All right, you are back to your VS Code. So Google will still terminate this meeting. Somebody is saying Discord. Hello, hello.
if somebody has, please, someone should do now. Please.
Somebody said Discord. The person is out. Now, number, are you the one that said Discord for the meet?
Yes, yes. I was saying probably we can use Discord as well.
You know what you do for us? You help us. Our classes is Monday and Friday. Monday is 7 p.m. to 9. Friday is 6 p.m. to 8. Please, can you help us create a meeting that you had all of us there so that we'll use that?
Sorry, you said Monday and Fridays.
Monday and Fridays.
What time?
On Monday is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Friday is 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Sorry, actually, I was going to ask maybe at the end of this class about the timing. I think there is someone also from Germany because I'm currently in Afghanistan and it's like
So we are
I
using
don't know if we
we are
can
using
talk about.
Nigeria time.
Yeah, I was saying. I mean, I was asking if it's possible to talk about the timing at least to adjust a bit if possible.
The reason why that will not be possible, I work. I work. I'm a full-time staff with New Horizons. So from morning till 4 p.m., I'm actually at the office. So at least 5, 6, I should have to rest. All right. On Friday, the reason why I fix Friday to be 6 p.m. because Friday is always my off day. Sure you get. So if you want to adjust any of the time, that will be Friday. So if you have access to that your platform, please maybe can you create a group for us so that we know that
Yes, I will. I will. I will.
our 2 hours is going to be complete because this Google Meet now they are telling us it's 45 minutes and they will yank us out very soon. All right, thank you very much, Joseph. Boy. So let's go back to your Python. This is your VS Code area. Come to this extension. Now you are going to install this extension. You can check it. You install Pylance. Then you set for Python. Type Python there. So you can see your Python is here now. Please install this. If this one pop up, please install it. It's already installed on my own. This is the interpreter that Visual Studio Code is running with. Please install this. After you've installed that, install your Python debugger. Alright. Then install. I'll screenshot
Fine.
all of this now. I'll screenshot it and drop it on the platform. So this year